How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to round 4, the final round of locals from March 20th, I believe is the date. I think I might have gotten the date mixed up on the last round that went up, which I believe was Earth Machines versus Dragon Link. And now we have Dragon Link versus a rather interesting strategy. It is Invoked, Spriggan, Shaddoll, Dogmatica. Yeah, that's 4 engines I just said. His Alistair did get normal summon, but it did get ashed because, well, you know, everybody's always going to ash Alistair. But much like everybody's going to ash Alistair, the Invoked players, they've always got that invocation in hand. So at that point, Alistair might as well say, discard 1 card from your opponent's hand. So he'll get the Mecha Bot on the board regardless, and then using Nadir's Servant to send, I believe, one of the Spriggan monsters to the extra deck. It's actually one of the cool looking ones. It's called Sprind the Iron Dash Dragon. Very cool looking artwork on that card. We'll also see a Dogmatica Maximus sending itself to the grave, or not sending itself, but summoning itself, forcing the Dragon Link player to dump 2 to the grave, and it looks like he'll be sending, on the Invoke side, sending Apgalone and Titaniclad. And he'll add, of course, that Shaddoll Schism that everybody loves at this point, and discarding a Spriggan monster. Not actually sure which one that it is, but I'm sure it's Spriggan's Petor. It says, if this card is in your hand, field, or graveyard, you can target one Spriggan Xyz monster you control, attach this card to his material. Okay, so that seems pretty okay, And in the end phase, it looks like he'll add off Titaniclad. And also looks like he's getting the effect of Sprind, the Iron Dash Dragon. If this card is in the graveyard because it was sent to this turn, you can add to your hand or special summon one Spriggan's monster or Fallen of Albaz from your deck. So we'll go ahead and remember to do that really quick. Luckily his opponent was nice enough to let him do that. Sometimes those end phase effects can be tricky to remember. But it looks like we're going to see Chaos Space here for what's thought to be Chaos Dragon Levianeer, but not going to be this time around. Those Alti Nibiru's in the main deck looking kind of icy. Same thing with those Alti Levianeers, I gotta say, my goodness. The ice is real. And looks like he will add the Chaos Dragon Levy after a moment of debate. And we'll see what the next move is. We know he's got Schism set. Mechaba is live. I know Dragon Link is capable of playing through quite a bit of interruptions, but can it play through El Shaddoll Winda? I would be very entertained to see them try to do that at least. But of course, if he does have something like Droplet, that could be pretty nice. So we're going to see the Levianeer get summoned and the effect activate. And looks like the Invoked Mechaba is going to negate it, pitching the Spriggan's Branga from his hand to be able to negate. And then we're going to see a Skullmeister as well being pitched to shut down even more plays. And our Dragon Link player has already seen enough at this point. A rather short game 1, but as we get ready to head into game 2, here are a few quick ways you guys can support the channel. If you're looking for any TCG accessories, check out Imperium Duelist at the link below. They offer a wide variety of products such as sleeves, deck boxes, dice, binders, apparel, and playmats, including my very own playmat, Blazing Permafrost, which is on sale now. You can get all of these amazing products for 10% off using my discount code WINNERKILLS10OFF at checkout, and support the channel in the process. And of course, if you guys are shopping on TCG Player or Drawface.com, please do not forget to use the affiliate links I have to their sites down in the description below of all my videos. If you guys shop and check out using those links, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back in to the channel and helps out greatly. And also consider becoming a member of the channel today by clicking that blue join button below. But either way, obviously, as you might expect, right, Dragon Link is going to be going first here in game 2 if they can help it. And that is a Droll Lockbird, though, unfortunately for him, on that resolution of Striker Dragon, but adding that Boot Sector launch, now under Droll and Lock, which definitely hurts quite a bit. Droll among Lancia being one of the better hand traps for this particular deck. We're going to see Red MD banish the Striker Dragon to sum out that Red Eyes Wyvern from the grave, go right into Spheres. So 1 interruption established at this point. Not too bad for being under Droll, but Spheres is rather easy to get to. I think Spheres Tiding is probably one of the most common boards that you'll see. But of course, it is certainly not the best field they are capable of. We're going to see Tracer get summoned off the first quick launch. And we're going to see a second quick launch get activated here. And we're going to see him chain Rocket Tracer to that quick launch to be able to get Rocket Tracer's effect here by destroying another card. So we'll see him summon Magna Rocket Dragon and possibly Rocket Recharger here. One of the better rockets in the deck next to Tracer. And imagine we'll see him link this off into Striker Dragon here in just a moment. And use Striker Dragon's effect to destroy itself. Yeah, this card's Link Summon. You can add, as we know, but he's already used that effect, but has another effect that says target face-up monster control, and add a rocket monster in your graveyard. Destroy that monster on the field. So that's going to trigger Recharger's effect in grave to be able to summon a Dark Dragon with a different name, or a Dark Monster in the graveyard with a different name than the original targeted monster, which would have been Striker Dragon. We'll see him synchro the Tracer and the Magna Rocket for Borreload Savage Dragon. Only having 1 counter on that, but, you know, 1 is better than none for sure. So now our Spriggan player getting started with a copy of Spriggan Watch, and that is actually going to go ahead and search the field spell for the deck, Great Sand Sea Gold Golgonda. Very, very interesting name, but Spriggan Watch basically says add 1 Great Sand Sea from your deck to your hand, and it says if Great Sand Sea is in your field zone, you can apply this effect instead. Add a Spriggan's monster from your deck to your hand if you do send 1 Spriggan's monster from your deck to the grave. So it's a Rhoda and a Foolish if you've already got the field spell in play. But it looks like he's going to activate the other effect of the field spell. It says you can discard 1 Spriggan's card as cost, special summon a Spriggan's Xyz monster from your extra deck. So you just get to summon an Xyz monster right out of the deck if he is actually using that effect here. But it looks like he's pitching the Spriggan's Peddler. Level 4 0 attack, 2000 defense, and it looks like Borreload Savage Dragon is going to negate that. And yeah, because I believe he pitched that monster for the field spell to try to go ahead and get the Blower out of the extra deck. Very interesting name. But he's going to follow up with the Dogmatica Punishment, or the Nadir Servant, my bad. I'm getting those names mixed up. Nadir Servant sending off that's Entis, and that is probably going to maybe bait out the Spheres here as he adds Dogmatica Ecclesia to the hand. We'll see what he wants to remove with that Entis. He can either remove the Savage. I don't believe Omni Dragon Brotar is in the grave right now, so he doesn't have to worry about possibly triggering one of those effects if he does destroy something. And it looks like he is, yeah, going to go ahead and target Seals with that Entis, and of course he is going to chain, tributing itself off to bounce back that Red MD to his hand to hopefully have a chance at using it again next turn. But who knows how much he'll be able to play next turn if he can set up a really good control board here. Dogmatica Engine paired with the Shadal Engine can put up a very, very control-y board, you know, with Schism and Punishment alike. Dragon Link, as we saw in Game 1, could have a very hard time recovering from this. And using the Dogmatica Maximus here to send 2. Another Entis among the cards that he sent, and it looks like he sent a Titaniclad as well. And he'll be able to remove that Borreload Savage and swing in for 1,500 after setting 1 back row. We know he has the Schism, yeah, because it looks like he sent Apgalone alongside of the Entis. So we know he does have the Schism here, which could quite literally be a nail in the coffin here for our Dragon Link player. 1 special summon sometimes is enough, but will it be enough for Dragon Link? We'll just have to see. Especially, this is one of those matchups where the attributes or the typing, attributes are in your favor, because lots of dark and light monsters here, and we know Winda is a dark monster, so we can take advantage of the other broken effect of Schism. which it has a send effect. You know, not only is it a miracle fusion for one of the best fusions in the entire game, but how about a little bit of removal on top of that? Chambermaid getting normal summon to add tidying, and it's going to get sent right off by Schism since he did summon a dark fusion monster. Yeah, it's a really, really potent card, and I mean, it shouldn't really be the $50 to $60 it is right now, but it is a really, really good card, and sometimes can just end games. But we'll see if our Dragon Link player has enough to get over it. We're going to see White Dragon Wyvern Burster summon itself by banishing one from the grave. And I believe that is at 1,700, so he's going to be able to get over that Dogmatica Maximus for just 200 life points. It's not much, but it's honest work, and he's going to set one back, or probably tidying at most, and end his turn there. Spriggans drawing for turn. We'll see if he goes right for the battle phase here to try to bait out that tidying, because at this point it is the only out our Dragon Link player seemingly has to this window. We know he has Red MD in hand, but he was obviously not able to get it on board last turn, since that Dragon Maid had to have been sent off by window, or else he would have just gotten a free 2,800 body on field as his only special summon. And looks like he is going to fusion off of Schism here and go for Construct, getting rid of his own window, feeling as though he needs to apply some pressure this turn. And we'll see if it was worthwhile here. Now, it looks like he was trying to activate tidying, but something happening here that is making him not do it, I guess, as the Wyvern Burster is sent off by Schism. And going to search Black Dragon Collapse Serpent as a result, of course, and now normal summoning Ecclesia, or possibly just special summoning since he does control an extra deck monster. And now going to add that Dogmatica Punishment, swinging in for just 15, because I believe the monster that was fusion summoned off Schism cannot attack directly. So that will do it for our Spriggan Invoked Dogmatica Shaddoll player's turn, setting what we know is to be a punishment. And our Dragon Link player still having that tidying set, as he never got a chance to use it in this past turn. Plenty of cards in hand here, so he's not under, of course, that one summon, special summon per turn clause, which is really going to open up the floodgates here. And if that punishment is fired off, you know, our Spriggan player is going to be left without an extra deck next turn. Won't be able to get into any Shaddolls, won't be able to get into Mechaba if he does happen to see part of his Invoked engine. So this could be where we see, you know, a start of a comeback for our Dragon Link player. That Boot Sector launch finally getting played and coming in very clutch. Rocket Tracer also going to use its effect on that set card to go ahead and summon another rocket from the deck. This time around, it's going to be Rocket Synchron. And one thing he's done by using Tracer here in this situation is he's actually allowed to get an extender in the grave in the form of Tiding, banishing it now in the grave to summon back a Dragon Maid. Of course, it's going to be Chamber. And the little short circuit, closed circuit, you know, engine that the Dragon Maid engine plays in here. Just basically, you get your bounds from Tidying, and then Tidying can be an extender to bring back the Chambermaid, and then Chambermaid just gets you Tidying again. Basically, all that it is, you know, doing in this particular deck, at least from what I understand, is just Tidying and then the Graveyard extension that it offers. But now we're going to see him Synchro Summon into the Chaos Ruler Synchro Dragon, activating his effect to mill the top 5 and grabbing a Noctovision Dragon off of the top and milling a World Legacy Guard Dragon and a Talents among other cards there. And 78 to 5,000 here, so it'll be interesting to see if he is able to make game here. But he does have to worry about punishment. Now, one thing you have to think about here as well, if you're the Dragon Link player, you know, you can see clearly that his opponent has already expended 2 copies of Entis. Now, is he playing 3? Does he have to worry about another potential pop 2 here? I guess we'll just have to find out. So going for a huge investment here into a Link 4 of Borosword at a whopping 3k attack. We'll see Noctovision Dragon now hitting the field. And I believe if this card is sent to the grave, you can draw a card. Yeah, if this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, you can draw a card. So that's a very, very nice extender. And it says, if a dark dragon monster specimen to your field, except in the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand at 0 and 2800 defense. Very, very nice extender to have here. So we'll see what else he is able to do. Be interesting to see if he could make like another level 8 synchro here with that rocket synchron he has in his grave. But now banishing one from the grave for Wyvern Burster. And we'll see LP now finally hitting the board. Now, if there's ever a point you're going to go ahead and activate Punishment, LP seems like the spot to do it. And also, one of the things sort of hiding in the shadows right now is that Chaos Ruler Synchro in the grave, able to bring itself back just by banishing the light and dark. So yeah, he is going to use Punishment there. And, you know, as you could probably expect, no other copies of Entis left in the extra deck. So just sending Titaniclad to pop it. And I don't even know if he has an extra deck monster in his extra deck at 3K or more to even have cleared the Boral Sword at this point, because you can imagine there are probably quite a few different engines taking up space in the extra deck, all which might not have the highest attack. So we're going to see him go into the battle phase here, and I think being reminded of what Construct's effect is before he crashes that Boral Sword right into it and punts this game right out the window. So realizing that any special summon monster that attacks Winda gets blown up at the start of the damage step as a mandatory effect. So probably not looking to attack that Construct here, and instead going to attack into that Ecclesia, which conveniently cannot be destroyed by battle by a monster summoned from the extra deck. So we'll go and swing into that for 3K, and swing into it again with the Chaos Ruler for more damage, and then attack into it for game again with Boral Sword Dragon. So that Ecclesia doing him in there, and now we're going to head into game 3. And you can assume it's pretty obvious who is going to go first in this situation. Obviously, you don't want to let Dragon Link go first and test your luck against that. So our Invoked Spriggan player starting off with a copy of Magical Meltdown, going into Alistair the Invoker, spending his his normal summon on who? Alistair. Always on the Alistair. Normal summon Alistair. Normal summon champion 4 years straight, getting that Omni Negate Fusion on the board in the form of Mechaba. And now playing a copy of Terraforming, going for the Gold Sea, Sand Sea, Gold Golgonda. I probably butchered that. I've already forgotten what its name is at this point. And now pitching for the Gold Golgonda for the Spriggan Ship Explorer, which is now being boosted by 1,000 because of Gold Golgonda. And it looks like that is going to do it for the Spriggan player's turn, just ending on Mechaba and the Explorer. And we'll see how our Dragon Link player is going to be able to get through this not so big field, but looks like that Chambermaid is just going to be met with an instant negate from Mechaba. And now going to follow up with Dragon's Ravine. And looks like he's going to pitch a Cosmic Cyclone in hand. That's going to be immediately hit with an Ash. And I believe the Xyz monster has an effect which says during your opponent's main or battle phase quick effect, you can banish this card until the end phase. So there is some tagging out that it can do. But it looks like on his after he ends his turn there from getting shut down pretty much at all angles, he's going to attack in at 26-25, summon the Fleur-de-Lis, which is going to swing in for 3K, which is just enough for a game. So Invoked Spriggans actually beating Dragon Link here in the final round of locals from March 20th. The next set of locals should be going, or locals feature matches should be coming up this week and into the weekend. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. A very interesting deck, to say the least. You know, obviously some mainstay staple engines really helping it out in terms of, you know, the Invoke stuff and the Dogmatica stuff. But Spriggans is really cool. It's nice to see it be able to at least be splashed in somewhere and do something. I'm not sure, you know, to what extent it really added to the deck. I think most of the stuff that was really putting in the work was mainly just the Shadal, Invoked, and Dogmatica stuff. but nonetheless, still really cool to see the Spriggan stuff thrown in there for sure. So that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so we can get to 28,000 subscribers and do a big fat giveaway. So yeah, hope you guys are having a good one, and as always, Winterkill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And of course, a big thanks goes to all of our channel members here on YouTube. And of course, a special thanks to our Divine Level channel members in Arizors, Cadillacs 84, and Remtrox H. Thank you guys so much for your continued and very generous support of the channel.